Hello and welcome back to Kaiserreich. We got a bunch of militia divisions to assign here. I'm actually not quite sure where we should assign them. We don't need them over here. We've got this push and this sort of handled, I think. If anything, I think they need to go to the west over here, just to shore up this stuff. These militia and the Western Army here should, I believe, be enough to enact an actual counterattack. As you can see here, the enemy forces in these regions are hilariously weak. They've exhausted a lot of their probably guns and manpower on a lot of these attacks, and their organization is currently very low, so they are ripe for a counterattack. So I'm not quite sure which place would be the best for the counterattack. Possibly here, I think. Does that... yeah, that tile touches, so if... no, it doesn't work, never mind, it doesn't touch. Like, it doesn't have a border, but yeah, I'm going to counterattack this stuff. I'll hold the militia there. And then aid. This would also be a good place for a counterattack, but that garrison there is, or that militia unit, has built up their strength again. Yeah, see this stuff? It's falling immediately. And then, counterattack here. A lot of, a lot of factors that basically decide victory or defeat in Hearts 1-4, and in a sense, I suppose, in real war, are, especially in this period, are the you know, the concept of like initiative and the concept of momentum. So if I allow them to constantly pick their battles and pick weak spots like I have, while I was passively allowing them to just fight me, then they can choose the best spots. You know, they take the initiative. And when they push one unit back, that unit then needs to reinforce, and they can keep pushing on that unit, keeping up the momentum. So right now, if I were to use these guys, I can theoretically maybe make it all the way here, just relying exclusively on momentum. And look at this. Now I can counterattack over here as well. And these guys aren't starving yet, which I'm guessing it's because our navy is far too weak to actually block off, or fully block off this port. That and the bombing was not enough. Oh, we actually... no, we are bombing, yeah. Wonder why we have no intel over here, but we have intel over here. Is it a radar installation, potentially? No, it is not. How come we have intel here, but not here? Do our infantry divisions not have recon? Or something like that? Let's have a look. These guys are AUS infantry division, so that's this one. How much support equipment do we have? Not a lot. I'm not going to add any extra stuff to our divisions at the moment. I was thinking of adding something like recon and stuff, but doing so would risk... see, we gotta extend this line here as well. Which one? That's the Western Army. Doing so would risk putting us completely out of supply, so we can't get the support artillery for most of our guys. Because the support artillery, they need both artillery and support equipment, I believe. Oh god. Yeah, that's bad. Where... let's see. Let's have a look, just to confirm. Actually, no, it only says artillery. So where is our support equipment going? This would need 30, and that's 30 per division, and we have a lot of divisions in the field. And we're getting even more. So, counterattack or push? Let's go counterattack. So yeah, I'm not pushing on this right now, because I don't actually know what's over here. I mean, I theoretically could. But I would like to find a very exposed bulge to do so in. Like here, for example. This is a pretty good one. And so is this one. Now here we are exposed. We are getting pushed by the PSA. Can we push across here? We can, indeed. Okay, we won't though, because there's a river, but we'll push with these guys. And try something like that. He's possibly going to get reinforced from all around, because it's just a straight line here. Which makes it far too easy to do so. Like to reinforce from pretty much every direction. Also, sincerest apologies if this micromanagement style is not your style, but at the moment I feel it is somewhat necessary. God damn it. What did I just do? Okay, no, I think we're good. So, hold on, let's try this again. I'm trying to get these guys to be attacking the actual professional military instead of the militia. So I want them to hold. There we go, that's much better. This has been left open, and these guys are incredibly weak. That's a missed opportunity. I'm going to take the river crossing, even so, because I don't want to miss that opportunity. Like, yeah, you can see they're like they are mountain infantry, which are that are holding plains right now. So it would be kind of silly not to jump on this opportunity. Okay, so we lost the momentum because I forgot about this part. But it is still flat, so we can, I believe, just pursue these guys. We can probably take out with, yeah, with the cavalry, just because they are at so like low strength here. Guessing they're missing guns, they're missing support equipment probably because of the recon that they have in these guys. It's just generally not a good time to be in the PSA military. I think it's time we set up an actual front line here. And start an actual real push. And get these guys. I think, yeah, we'll have these guys push as well. What we could do is set up a field marshal in charge of this. Actually, no, we had a front line already. Never mind. Set up a field marshal in not a front line, sorry, an offensive line. We could set up a field marshal and then have everyone be subservient to that field marshal, so that we can have them work together. Instead of like now, they're basically executing their plans independently of each other, even though they are on the same front line, and should theoretically be fighting together. Integrated support is an amazing doctrine choice. The support company improvement there. Start getting those light tanks out there if possible. I will want the light tank self-propelled artillery though. I will want a better plane as well, but trying to see if we can't prioritize better. At the moment we of course have to prioritize the land war. We don't have a lot of special forces, we don't need to worry about that. I mean, I believe we basically have none. Yeah, let's just get the self-propelled one first. SP artillery. Plan's going to be to build light tanks and like very strong light tank divisions, because I don't think we can actually like afford anything else with our current industry. We can't go for medium tanks yet, I don't think. And light tanks, I believe, with the forces we're up against, will do just fine. So this guy is inflexible. Yeah, this is an infantry commander, so infantry expert. Pedro de Valle. Marine Corps second lieutenant, or lieutenant, however you want to say that word. It's a regional thing, like I believe in the UK they want to say lieutenant, and in the United States and possibly Canada you say lieutenant. Don't need any of those. I'll do it, Ranger. Nice. Maybe we'll give him, yeah, he's got a lot of good defensive traits for fighting in fighting in forts and stuff, so I'm gonna give him Ambusher as well. And we can possibly use him as like an actual special forces like Ranger type leader. Oh my god. Who can lead defenses in large forested areas in Europe, for example. Provided we get that far. Actually, hold them, pin them. Don't let them reinforce. William Hood Simpson falls ill, and the Ottoman Empire took a whole shitload of states. I want to look at how big that is right now. Oh my god. They're still fighting Iran. But still, that is huge. See, they have they moved most of the troops away from here? We might be able to actually break out of here. There's a lot of professional troops though. That worries me, and they have mountains here. Let's try to push for this first. This guy can only be attacked from this tile, so we can push all of them there with good conscience and then support. If these guys start moving over there, we'll reinforce, but I don't think they will. Or we'll pin them, I mean. Let's keep up the momentum here. We won't push for the mountains here because they're mountains. Why have they made heavy tanks? It's no wonder they're struggling for industry. Or struggling for guns. Let's delete this. And let's just set up this front line just to get them, you know, continuously fighting. Let's see, do we have any good field marshals? Indeed we do. I'm gonna set up Jacob L. Devers, who knows, and set him up as offensive doctrine. I like that. With the artillery stuff, I like that. And let us just call this the something Rocky's army, I think. Actually, no. We should start setting up first and second armies. Or let's do this. So this is the army, like Army West, or Army Group West. Almost like a German style style of organization here. This is technically then a Kampfgruppe then, like an ad hoc organization. The Minutemen here will be... This will be the first army, which will also be called the Minutemen. This is going to be the... Let's call this a second army, which is also state militias, because they're, you know, not that strong. Third army, New England army. Fourth army will be the... See, we'll call this... let's call this North Carolina. Now that things have quieted down, we can actually start setting up some more or less permanent like structures that we can, you know, shift around and have some, you know, have some object permanence, so to say. You'll be able to actually remember who's who and what's where by just looking at this. That's my intent, at least. This is a core because it's got the 3 X's there and the Roman numeral, and these guys are armies because they've got the, you know, Arabic numeral and the 4 X's. It's technically a core strength, but it's going to be an army. This would be the 5th army. Called the Western Wolves, like the Pacific States troops were the Wolves of the West. And for a moment we were the prey, but not anymore. I don't like the fact that they're attacking here into the mountains. We could, in theory, just attack here, maybe take this mountain, and then this, and then encircle them. I would much prefer that to bashing our heads against heavy tanks and whatnot in the mountains. In fact, if I can stop them from doing that, I will. But I have the sneaking suspicion they'll keep attacking. The RDP take power in Bulgaria. Is that the Social Democrats or... No, that's Market Liberals, okay. Interesting. I'm surprised that this battle is still going. We can get, like, highly encircled here right now. How about we do this? Actually, let's first set this guy up. How many guys do we need here? We need... theoretically only 2 to hold this. If we do that. Should be good. Let's see, that's a nice exposed region there, but I think this is better. This one is also good. So these guys will come over there, shift over there and help that out. Or... actually, yeah, we can actually do that with just those troops. I think we should start the push here soon. See, do we still have the push on the Pacific or Syndicalist front? Yeah, we do. Let's start this push. We are almost now at the territories that we held, or at the same defensive lines that we held at the start of the Pacific States Great Push. Man, I want that Thompson machine gun, or submachine gun. Reverse war plan white for the land doctrine would probably be be a good idea to take. Oh yeah, and someone did mention we need to train mountain divisions. The problem though is that we don't have enough space for special forces for some reason. Support from the longest, thank you. Yeah, we have no special forces. Actually no, they might just be way too powerful. Let's have a look. AUS resistance, let's see, do we need to research mountain troops? We do actually, yeah, so we should research mountain troops for the Rockies, though with the, what are these guys called? They're not called the Rockies, are they? They're called something else, these mountains here. Either way, we need to research that. Not that we might, or must, or will need, sorry, I will need mountain divisions in order to take this, but it will make things a bit easier. Because mountain divisions fight more effectively than normal divisions in the mountains. Which, you know, goes without saying. But not only that, they also, I'm going to delete this because it's gotten rather silly, they also, because of that, can hold a larger or wider front with a lesser amount of men. So, you know, considering the manpower situation, which is getting reduced, we still have a lot of conscription laws to swap over to. But considering that, it might be a very good idea to consider letting the special forces, the ones who are trained especially for that purpose, handle that. Oh wow. Everybody and their mother has heavy tanks now. These guys are encircled, I think. Right? Yeah, it seems so. They got deleted when we took them out. It's only the Union of France troops who actually have supplies here, and this actually, since we're attacking the Norfolk thing here, we are actually causing a major encirclement. So finally, we actually get our Norfolk encirclement. It took a long time, but it finally happened. I'm going to pin these guys so they can't move up north and stop this from happening. These guys probably don't even need to attack. Only problem is I don't want them counterattacking. Let's try to take some mountains here and possibly cut them off like that so that we can take all this territory, get the factories, get the manpower and whatnot. Because I believe these are cores of ours, right? We, after taking this territory earlier, we lost it of course, but I believe it got turned into cores for us. What are you doing? Let's see, assign them all here, and let's remove this so that these guys can get back over here onto the actual main push. Okay, well, the war here seems to be handling itself rather well. I'm going to pan around and have a look at the world. Because I might have missed a couple of things, like a couple of major developments. For example, this is a major development. Alright. I don't know what happened here. So Transamur got involved in a war with Russia, possibly with the aid of the Japanese, and they maybe got a white peace. Or maybe there's an event. I have no clue. I actually don't know. Got the Khedivate of Egypt. Never seen that before, I don't think. Got Sudan. Got Arabia. I've seen him, Rashid. 4. Oh, it's Annie Kenney. Imprisoned by the old regime of Britain, for militant women's suffrage activism, convinced many of the working women of Britain to join the trade union movement in the prelude to the British Revolution. She's cool. And that's Giacomo Matteotti, I don't know who that is. And then, of course, you have Benoit Frachon. Veteran of the French Civil War, has become chairman of the Bourse General, I don't know, du travail. While a syndicalist, travail I believe means labor or work, while a syndicalist, he is sympathetic towards the opposing anarchist faction. Gotcha. And of course, here we have Garretson, yep. And of course you have my man with the crazy wacky hair. Who, until the recent patch, refused to step down in elections for some reason. It was a bug. Alright, let's see. Where do we need more men now? I don't think we necessarily need more men over here right now. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is, yeah, infrastructure and whatnot. I think the push could do with a little bit of slowing down. Especially this stuff. We shouldn't be attacking this at all. Yeah, I think it could do with some slowing down. Actually, I'll keep it going just because we are making a lot of gains in the north. It's just this attack in the south here, which is highly stupid. Let's do a push on the Pacific front. Actually, first let's recruit militias. Tennessee first. Push on the Pacific front. We can use Silver Legion support again. I will not. Not while we're winning. That's like that's an act of desperation. The KKK can have their guns. Taken out of context, that sounds horrible. Oh hell yeah, dude. They're attacking them. Which means they're attacking a larger force, which is slightly entrenched, maybe? And they're also in a forest, led by a ranger. And these guys are attacking only these 5. Much better, because now these guys are going to get worn out, and they won't actually reinforce, because they have no place to reinforce from. Send these guys home. Yeah, that engagement there was beautiful. No Thompson yet. Let's do special forces because we're gonna have mountain divisions in the Rockies, which are cold, I believe. Can get at least. Or they're going to be warm because temperature in Hearthstone 4 sometimes doesn't make sense, I think. Where do we see temperature, actually? Oh, wait, is it only if it's, like, really, really cold? What's a really cold place, like here? Yeah, how come we do not see temperature here? Oh, there it is. Very hot. So we got heat attrition, yeah. Not seeing any heat attrition or anything. Wait, there's rain in California. Is that possible? Is that meant to happen? Has there been a glitch in the simulation? Let's see. Virginia or West Virginia? West Virginia. Send one more to the Western guys, Western boys here. And actually, let's get the professional soldiers out of there. If we have any. Apparently not. For sure looked like it. Let's get the motorized out of there, though. And those are militia. Yeah, those are mounted militia, so not necessarily the strongest troops. We'll keep them in there. But that means we can add another militia troop into, or division into that army there, and then state militias could do with some more troops. They have no professional troops either. In that case, we're done with that. National focus, none has been set. Ranger Corps, 2 times for Special Forces. Sure, that probably should have been something I researched earlier, but I forgot. I was like, we don't need Special Forces, and then proceeds to research mountain troops. We'll save that for the Marines. And we'll go down to army training, I think. No, actually, we'll go down to construction repair so we can get those roads and whatnot fixed. Over here. 3 military factories will dedicate. Guess we'll dedicate most of that to, well, so we'll start creating the light tanks and the self-propelled artillery, but we'll also, I think, create another line for guns. And do this, because I sort of expect we're going to capture some factories at some point in the near future. Just have a hunch. How come you are actually getting supplies? Is it because he's a volunteer troop? Or he's not necessarily actually getting supplies, but why is he not suffering attrition? That's my question. Alright, well, we are over time, so I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, please have a look at the stuff in the description down below. There is a link to our Discord community there. There is also a link to my Patreon if you want to support me there. There's a link to my twitch.tv where I live stream various games. I've streamed some Hearthstone 4, I've streamed some Stalker with like the Anomaly mod. The VOD should be going up soon. Should maybe even be up by the time you watch this. And also, I've played some Streets of Rogue and some Total War 3 Kingdoms. Other than that, was there anything else? Yeah, mod list in the description down below as always, and also the Twitter. That's about it. Twitter is just for shitposting. Thanks so much for watching. I'm happy that the war did not go poorly, that we're not losing anymore. We're now winning. Actually quite a, like, by a lot. Just, like, knocking out the CSA will basically be the, like, that will be victory for us, because the PSA will not have the steam to keep a prolonged war going. any war against the PSA is basically, like, the clock is against them. While with the CSA, the clock is on their side. Because they have all the industry and, you know, all the manpower. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.